And TJ just may be the most confident guy on tour.
From Elmira, New York, he has 4 PBA titles and today looks to break a 39 tournament dry spell. Ryan Shafer.
In the round of 8, Ryan saved his best for last, shooting .268 in Game 7 against Norm Duke. When Ryan combines a good ball reaction with his ever-present emotions, the results could be explosive.
The 2003 PBA Rookie of the Year. The 2004 PBA points leader. 9 TV Finals appearances. Today he looks for title number 1 from Lockport, New York, Brad Angelo.
Brad Angelo has done everything on the tour except win. He crushed last week's winner, Jason Couch, 4-zip in the round of 8 to make the show. Now can he ride the wave of momentum and capture his holy grail?
No questions there, baby. No questions there.
These are your bowlers competing for the title in the 2005 BowlersParadise.com Classic.
Tour returns to Indiana for the 31st time. First ever in the city of Hammond. We are 45 minutes or so from downtown Chicago, and we have a great field of bowlers. All were PBA Rookies of the Year at one time. Some of the great storylines to follow. Randy, let's get started with the brackets.
Where have you been, PDW? Semifinal number 1 pits Pete Weber, making his first TV appearance in 666 days, and Tommy Jones, who has won an astounding 83% of his TV matches in his career. In the second semifinal, Ryan Shafer, who outlasted Norm Duke in an epic round of 8 match, takes on Brad Angelo, who has made multiple TV appearances for the 3 straight seasons.
All right, Randy, what a great field of bowlers. What a great first semifinal. Tommy, let's start with you, one of the red-hot bowlers on tour, and a chance to make some history today. How do you look at setting records?
Well, you know, the record would be great, but, you know, there's 4 great guys here at Bolton, and, you know, I just want to go out here and take it as a tournament. I grew up idolizing Pete Weber, and it's an honor to be able to bowl him on TV.
Thanks for your time, Tommy. Pete, it's been a long time since you've been on TV, since we've seen these sunglasses. February 8th, 2004, U.S. Open in California. How does it feel to be back?
It just feels great to be back. You know, with everything that happened, it's just nice to bowl good again and have the confidence coming into the TV show.
Thanks for your time, Pete. Great matchup, Randy, head-to-head here. Let's look at the Viper Oil pattern. It's 37 feet long.
Yeah, this pattern lends itself to multiple angles, and I'm going to show you just why that is. The players were going to start playing the middle part of the lane because there's a little bit more friction created just by the characteristics of the center. They're going to try to keep the ball in this little zone right here. These 2 little blips there are kind of indications of where they want to keep it. That's where they're going to start. Now, when the pattern blows apart, this is where the multiple angles come into play. The guys that like to hook it a lot, like Pete and Tommy, they're going to jump way in. Remember, it's going to be a big move. Other guys this week, well, if they like to go straight, that's another option. And you can see by their high and low games this week, when you lost your ball reaction, it really went south. But when you had it, it was good to you. The other key this week was ball speed, Dave Ryan. You had to keep your ball soft speed to get the ball to recover down the lane.
Good start, Pete Weber. 666 days between TV appearances. It goes all the way back to 2004. And his wife, Tracy, watching. Pete is relieved to have that first ball out of his hand. He told us before the match today that was a big concern. That first shot.
Amazing, 106 shows under your belt, and you still get nervous.
Tommy Jones, the high rev rate, the big cranker. We've seen him start even further inside. We'll see as the lanes break down. Randy, our first ace hardware matchup of the day.
Real tight matchup, but keep in mind, Pete Weber with all those titles, all those victories, but he's going up against the hottest guy on the planet in Tommy Jones. Both players playing their favorite part on the lane. See what Pete DW did in terms of strike percentage, #1 for the week in match play. Tommy Jones right behind him in 5th.
Jones has a split to deal with here. The 210, not an easy shot at all, Randy, to try to pick up this mark.
Remember, we talked about ball speed, and if you get a little too firm, the ball just doesn't grip hard enough down the lane. He's got to get the ball to the left side of the 2-pin, slide it over into the 10.
He does not do either. He whiffs on it and just gets an 8 count. It's an early open frame for Jones, who has been incredible on TV, as we've said. 15 straight TV wins. One shy of the all-time record held by Jim Pensack between 89 and 91. 16 in a row.
He can do it again.
He's got the sunglasses working, looks for a second straight strike. Has it! With help on the 10-pin for PDW.
One of the best releases the sport of bowling has ever known. You see that hand rotate around the side. Here comes the ball. It's going to crush the pocket, and the 6 goes to the sidewall and does its business on the 10.
Just like last time. Just like last time. Let it off your hand.
That is way off the mark.
Now I let it off my hand a little too good.
And it's a washout with the head pin and the 10-pin up.
Remember, we talked about it in the oil pattern. If you got it on the other side of that hump, watch this ball. It's going to wiggle. It gets too far to the right. Look at that. It never recovers from that.
Does not convert. Now the 410 up for him, so after the great start, an 8 count for each. Jones in his 2nd frame, Pete in his 3rd, and 2 opens. How do the bowlers rebound for the open frames here?
Well, Tommy Jones has to watch his ball speed, but on this last shot, Pete Weber just got it too far right. He got it on the other side of that spot. Tommy Jones's case was just a little too firm.
That is way high through the nose, just a 6 pin count there for Tommy Jones.
That was a quality effort.
Look at the numbers. Spare comparison. Match played this week from the round of 32 on. Tommy, a recent dad. Little Ella Claire, born in November. She was 5 weeks early. Tommy had a bolt out of his tour stop practice in Omaha to make it home. And look at that, a 2nd straight open frame for Tommy Jones, who is derailing here in front of us. This is a complete shock, Randy. He's been so solid on TV.
Yeah, and this spare here is tough to begin with, but on this pattern, I think it's especially tough. Even with all that hook and all those revs, Tommy Jones still can get that ball to turn the corner.
One of the hottest bowlers on tour has back-to-back opens. He's 3rd in tour rankings, 1st in money, just surpassed Mike Scroggins by $500 with his minimum here. And that's off the mark, too. Another light swish zone hit. And we are seeing 2 struggling bowlers at the moment.
And this is getting ugly early. Tommy Jones, the exact same leave again on the left lane. He just went to his bag to grab another bowling ball. He's going to make an adjustment. I think probably something a little bit more aggressive so Tommy can stay in his comfort zone.
This is a great bowler, folks. 15 in a row on TV's won. Already won 2 titles this year. However, another open frame for Jones. This is a complete shock to us. Tommy Jones 3rd in points. He is 4th in average. He has won 2 titles. He's 1st in money, as we told you about. Norm Duke has made back-to-back shows. Has done very well also there in points. Patrick Allen, Player of the Year last year, 12th. Chris Barnes, back trouble, withdrew this week. 3 straight tournaments he's been affected by. And the great Walter Ray Williams Jr., a lot of trouble too this year.
All right, that was a good shot.
A major struggle for Walter Ray. We're back to Pete.
And right now, Pete Weber, all he's doing is trying to get rid of the butterflies and try to avoid open frames. His opponent, Tommy Jones, is already taking care of that. Make your spares, keep the ball in play. And find the right line to the pocket.
It has been a long time, folks, since he's been on TV. A little stumble there for Pete on the way to the approach.
Yeah, Baryshnikov he is not.
Pete did not make TV last year. It was the first season since '95. He didn't make a show. Uncharted waters for the great Pete Weber. That's high. Look out.
No.
7-10.
You saw this a lot if you were here watching the qualifying and match play this week. When the players made mistakes, they were left with ugly stuff like this split here. 2 8-10s, 2 10s.
As we've seen, every time we get a 7-10 up on TV, it's been a long time. And it will continue to be a long time. Jess Stayroke of 91. Back in Tucson.
Well, he threw it nice and hard at that 10-pin, but he got it on the wrong side. In order to get that 10-pin to come out, you got to get it on the left side or the left quarter.
This is
and then
interesting.
hope for some luck.
What is happening, Randy, between these two great bowlers? We are seeing major breakdowns here.
Well, the lane conditions were tough this week to begin with. That's why the averages were so low, and they had a tendency to change and change rapidly.
That's off the mark, too, for Jones.
See, he went to a different ball, and he went much straighter on that shot, and that didn't work. So, you know, they went through this the entire week.
Only had one 300 game the entire tournament so far. Rudy Kazimazis on this Viper pattern. Major struggles. We'll see which of these two greats can overcome the tough conditions. Tommy Jones needed 7 games in the round of 8. Hit by Robert Smith, one of his good buddies on tour. Chris Collins, he was down 0-2. A big hole to climb out of in the round of 16 match play. Those are best of 7 matches. A sweep of Fagan in the round of 32.
3 out of our 4 players that are on the telecast today went to game 7s in the round of 8. Robert Smith needing a double. He got the first hit, left a 4-pin. A lot of commotion going on Friday night.
Right through the nose. Is that ever high?
Made another ball change, and that didn't work. So right now, it looks like a fishing tournament out there rather than a bowling tournament. Tried to go a little bit straighter. Now, this is what he did. He took a ball that didn't hook as much in the back end on the right lane and tried to go straight with that. That didn't hook up into the pocket enough, so he goes to a little bit more aggressive bowling ball in the left lane, tries to do the same thing. That ball goes high.
He told us last night, Randy, he thought he'd have a good idea after practice on the TV pair about the transition. With his rev rate being highest of the 4 bowlers on the show today, he felt he could really carve his path to the pocket and be in command, but that really hasn't been the case. Look at all the open frames. Pete Weber, in his first TV appearance since February of 2004, has a 19-pin lead. It has been ugly, but each will struggle to try to overcome the tough conditions. Randy and I return in a moment. We'll talk about Pete's tough year next. The BowlersParadise.com Classic on ESPN is brought to you by BowlersParadise.com, the official online retailer of the Professional Bowlers Association. Log on today and win a free ball. By Denny's, we're cooking now. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Dexter, where you can play with the pros. Enter to win at DexterShoe.com. 3 different active PBA bowlers have won multiple titles here in the state of Indiana. Pete Weber, one of those. He took home the 91 U.S. Open, the 92 TPC in Indianapolis. He's about halfway through his match with Tommy Jones. A struggle so far for each. Welcome, one and all, Hammond, Indiana. Dave Ryan alongside my partner, as usual, Randy Peterson. Live coverage of the Denny's PBA Tour here on ESPN. So glad to have you with us. Well, we've got 3 big storylines today. Can Brad Angelo break through, win his first ever PBA title? Tommy Jones goes for the record, straight TV victories. But Randy, the biggest one, the headliner, Pete Weber, trying to rebound from the most difficult year of his life.
Yeah, not only physically but emotionally. Pete suffered a devastating shoulder injury, actually a fracture to his shoulder. Then he tore the muscle off the bone, and that was the end of his season last season. But emotionally, a brutal, brutal year for the Weber family. The passing of the great Dick Weber. It's just been a really, really tough road. But you know what? Pete said, hey, it's time to move on. We've all went through our grieving period. It's time to move on and get on with our lives. And I know my father, Dick, will be watching today.
Tracy, his wife, has helped him through a difficult grieving process. Pete said everyone in his family, his brother, sister, his mother, Tracy, had all come to grips with the passing of Dick, all except for Pete. Best shot we've seen all day from either bowler. Maybe they'll get in the groove now.
And maybe the commercial break helped settle Pete a little bit and maybe helped him try to clear his thoughts. But you're right, Dave, this is perfect. Pete's making a ball change on the left lane. He's going to a ball that doesn't roll quite as early. It's a little bit more lengthy and a lot more back-endy. Does that make sense? Back-endy? Wow, nice ball change there.
Perfect strategical move there from Pete Weber, who told us he was so miserable after the passing of his father, he actually considered retiring from bowling. He was that out of it, that distraught.
Yeah, and I think, you know, the Weber family owes a lot to Juanita, Dick's wife, Pete's mom. She was the one that was really instrumental in getting the family back on their feet and saying, hey, listen, guys, we've gone through it. We're all going to miss him, but we have to get on. And I think that's when Pete finally woke up and said, you know what, Dad would want me to get back out here and do what I do best.
Nice adjustment from Tommy Jones. Also, boy, did he need to get untracked.
Same kind of line Petey's playing on that right lane. But again, there's a fine line. There is a little bit of room right and a little bit of room left of target, but you better throw it good.
Watch Pete Weber not watching. That's something his wife Tracy suggested earlier this season. Don't pay attention to what the other bowler's doing. Worry about yourself. Sometimes Pete will actually use an iPod with some heavy metal. 10-pin for Jones, so he isn't focused at all on what his opponent is up to. And what Tommy is up to is trying to get the 10-pin.
Well, I think Tommy made the right adjustment. He went to his strength. He moved deeper to the inside part of the lane, got a little softer, and used that big high rev rate to try to get that ball to turn the corner. The reason why he left that 10-pin, Dave Ryan, the ball made the corner a little bit too late. You can see some of the struggles our guys are going through. No matter how good you are, sometimes the lanes don't cooperate. Look at the designs they're leaving. Again, the same lane, Tommy Jones goes 210. Pete Weber, that lane, right through the face. Pays the ultimate price, 710.
Pete, a real crowd favorite. What a reaction when he was introduced here. At the start of our telecast today.
Come on.
Struggles for each of our TV pair today. Hasn't been easy.
Look out. Wow.
The ball listens and hooks perfectly back into the 37-foot Viper pattern.
Petey said he saw his brother Rich last week, and Rich said, you know what, everything looks pretty good, but it looks like you're squeezing it. Just relax your swing. He also worked with some of his ball reps, some of the reps from Storm, Chris Schlemmer, Dave Sims, Steve Klumpkin. They tried to get Pete to get his hand more up the back to get the ball to react sooner.
Reacting just like that. Great look from our crew on the release. And Tracy loves it. Back to TJ. That's high. Oh, through the nose. Multiple pin leave again here. The double wood. 3-9 and the 10 stands as well. Foundation frame, 9th frame rate. That's dangerous for Tommy Jones in this huge hole.
Yeah, and it's all but over for Tommy Jones. If you know, his only chance of striking out, making some disaster hit Pete Weber. But for all intents and purposes, Pete Weber's going to win this match, and he's going to move on to the finals.
And he thanks his brother Rich. That was just before the tournament in Council Bluffs, Iowa. Rich told him, what is going on with your release? Let go of the ball. You're hanging on to it too long. It's erratic. He said, Pete, I've watched you throw 4 balls. They've all gone in a different spot. You've got to be more consistent with the release, and he's done that now.
Yeah, and I think that was probably an end result of the injury.
Lots of shoulder troubles for Pete Weber. Too little too late, it appears, for Jones. It is all but over. Pete Weber about to win his 99th career TV match. It is officially over now. He has done it. And if he takes home the title 100, he'd be just the second in PBA history to win 100 TV matches. The all-time leader, Hall of Famer Walter A. Williams Jr. 130 TV wins. Speaking of which, the streak will end for Tommy Jones at 15 in a row. He will not tie Jim Pensac's record of 16 straight TV victories. This is a guy, folks, who's gone 20-1 in his last 21 TV matches, but it all ends today to the great Pete Weber, who is back.
You know, Tommy Jones just got faked out by his ball reaction. Watch this. I guarantee you there's another one. Tommy Jones starts with that ball. He would have given Pete all he wanted. .207.167. It wasn't pretty, but Pete Weber's return to TV successful. He'll take on the winner of this one, Shafer and Angelo, here for the BowlersParadise.com Classic. Denny's PBA Tour Skill Challenge. Parker Bohm III and Tom Baker, 2 Hall of Famers head-to-head with some wild and wacky shots. A pin on a ball? Yeah. In his first TV appearance since February of 2004, Pete Weber successful. Dispatches of Tommy Jones. He's to the final to take on the winner of the upcoming semifinal, Brad Angelo and Ryan Shafer. Time now to turn our attention to the PBA Skills Challenge. We've got 2 Hall of Famers going head-to-head. We'll see some great trick shots. Can a pin be thrown at a ball? We are set for this matchup between Tom Baker and PBA Hall of Famer Parker Bohm III. It's a round of 16 matchup.
Now, everybody, you have to understand, when we all go bowling, we throw a ball at the pin. Correct. Well, you're noticing there is my 5 pin. We, Bakes, that's mean you and me, we're going to throw a pin at the ball. You must knock it off the deck to complete the shot.
I never heard of that. That's reverse. Was he stay up at night and think of these things, or what?
Tom, I think that's exactly what he does. Tom Baker, also a PBA Hall of Famer. He won a world championship a couple years back. He's exempt for a long time. Creative shot here from Parker.
Ball down the lane. No, now wait a second here. Optical illusion. It's not the same. It's round. It's a pin. Let's try to hit it.
Parker, maybe a pin boy back in his earlier years.
Oh, he's got it. What a shot.
He absolutely nailed that. Now, Tom, you get to practice it.
God, I don't even know how you do this. I've never seen that before in my life.
That's pretty good. Once again, I've never tried this one before. Okay. Here we go, huh?
Tom is tearing it up on the senior PBA Tour. He misses there. I guarantee you're not trying shots.
Very close. Great attempt, Tom. The first strike goes to Parker Bohm III.
Big 4.
Parker going with bowling
Bakes, you
balls
ready?
in the
I'm
shot
making it this
instead
time,
of
buddy.
the bowling pin.
A little more conventional. With 2 balls. Takes care of the big 4.
I believe you did.
That is nice.
Now you really want to make me look stupid.
Everybody, I have to admit, I watched Bakes try 2 balls over there.
It ain't pretty.
This is good.
Better stand back.
It's good.
Better stand back.
You know, as a matter of fact, I want a front row seat right here.
That, Randy, is official trash
look,
talk.
right? Got it?
Good.
And Baker, ooh, double gutter ball.
Angelo in trouble with that one.
2 strikes to none, Parker Bone the third.
2 for Parker Bone the third.
1 more and he wins the match.
Number 5 on my list. All right, number 5. Everybody knows in the sport of bowling, occasionally you throw a shot and you leave double wood. Well, if you watch closely, I'm going to set up a couple more pins this time. We're going to shoot double wood times 3. 6 consecutive pins. All right, Bakes, we're leaving the 1 and the 5 pin. I put a pin behind the 5 pin. I put a pin between the 1 and the 5. There's another pin in front of the 1 pin, and here's another one in front of that. Object, everyone. Throw 1 bowling ball and try to convert, call it whatever number you want, all 6 pins at the other end.
This is a tough shot. Ever try this one?
No, never. And I think the only chance Tom Baker has is if he would have pressed the reset button while Parker Bone was in the pin deck.
Look out. Almost 6 down.
Way too much time on his hands.
That made me dizzy already, just looking at it. Yeah, you funny guy. Okay, let's try this one.
Hit that one in the front.
Hit the one in the front, that's the only one?
He seems very unsure of himself, Randy.
Start.
Parker really picking on the old guy.
Merciless. And
All right,
only a
fans,
couple
another
down
hand for Tom
Bates.
Baker.
Parker Bone the third knocks off Tom Baker in a matchup of Hall of Famers, 3 strikes to none. He's off to the next round. Coming up next week, Skill Challenge continues. Mike Machuga takes on last year's Player of the Year, PA. Will we see the flop? We'll find out. That would be something as the Skill Challenge continues. On the road, the Denny's PBA Tour schedule. Keystone State Championship, Mechanicsburg, PA. That's where we're headed. And the Pro-Ams at ABC West Lanes in Mechanicsburg. Log on to PBA.com for tickets to both the show and Pro-Ams. Following week, Clifton Park, New York, near Albany, Empire State Classic. You see the bottom of your screen, Spare Time, Clifton Park, and Latham, New York. The Pro-Am sites on the 14th and 17th. The other semifinal to see who takes on PDW in the final today. Brian Angelo looking for his first title. Ryan Shafer wants another. The great Pete Weber through to the final. Looks for his 32nd career win. Meanwhile, Tommy Jones' bid to tie the record for straight TV victories ends. Next, the semifinal, Angelo Shafer. They are joined now by Randy Peterson.
Well, maybe one thing that a lot of folks don't know about Ryan Shafer is the fact that he's a diabetic, recently fitted with an insulin pump. No, folks, that is not a cell phone on his back pocket. And Ryan, you said that it's vital for you to be able to perform at your best physically. You have to keep your emotions in check. How do you do that under this environment?
I just try not to get too excited when I throw a strike or too upset when I don't. Unless it's the end of the game and I've won a match like against Norm the other night, I kind of let it out.
Okay, thanks for your time. Good luck. Brad, obviously the first semifinal match, Pete and Tommy Jones really struggled to get to the pocket. What have you learned from that, and how are you going to attack the lane pattern today?
Well, I'm going to try to play a little bit straighter. The championship pair here seems to play a little different than it has all week. I actually bowled on this pair during one of my matches, and it's a little bit different, so I'm going to try to square up, go a little straighter with a strike zone, and hopefully make good shots.
Thanks, Brad. Good luck. Dave, we'll see if that strategy pays off. The other 2 guys like to hook it.
All right, Randy, good luck wished by the good friends from upstate New York. Brad from Lockport near Buffalo, and Ryan Shafer from Elmira, southern tier near the Pennsylvania border, not far from Syracuse. And we saw the sweat on the brow of Brad Angelo a moment ago. And that graphic, 65 events, no wins. He told us last night, hey, I've been to 9 tournaments. I still haven't won yet. Now is my time. Ryan Shafer wants to get back in the winner's circle. About the dispatch of his good buddy from New York State first. Great start.
Keep going. You gotta love it.
First ever TV matchup between these
Easy to boo
two.
when you don't know the whole story.
Reference there, some of the fans giving Ryan a bit of a hard time. He mentioned the emotion a moment ago in Randy's interview. Round of 8 match with Norm Duke. It was very heated. Needless to say, between the two. Lots of emotions that night. 4-pin for Angelo.
Quite honestly, I'm not real sure about this move that Brad's making, and I know that he's been working on being more versatile and working on his straight game, but Brad's strength is in and slow wheeling it.
That's the very deliberate approach. Little hesitation as he gets to the foul line, takes care of the single pin conversion, leading us to the Ace Hardware matchup between the Empire State boys, Shafer and Angelo.
Brad Angelo, 5 pins a game, higher average, but keep in mind, Ryan Shafer, a 4-time winner on the PBA Tour. Brad Angelo still looking for his first title.
Check out the strike ranks this week. Shafer, well behind Angelo's, 3rd place standing in that stat. Brad, not even close. That ball never reacted the way he wanted and is way light.
This ball looks like a bald tire on a really wet road. Absolutely zero traction.
Washout. Good effort, but the 4-pin stands an open frame, and that leads us to a discussion about Brad Angelo as we watch the pin deck here, Randy. He had a very difficult spare to try to pick up. He told us last night, hey, some of the matches I've been in when I haven't won, they've been nerves. Sometimes it's been bad shots. Sometimes the opponent has bowled well. What does he have to finally do to get untracked?
I think he just has to make better decisions. You know, he said that, you know, I bowled really good sometimes. Sometimes it was just bad decision making. And honestly, I think today, bad decision making.
Great start for Shafer. He's got a double chance for a 36-pin lead. Let's see how Ryan got here. Qualified 15th. Mentioned the Duke match in the round of 8. A lot of emotion in the building. A lot of fans really side with Norm anyway. He's a fan favorite, the Duke name. And he and Ryan got into some trash talking. It was pretty heated the other night here, and the fans who have come back from that round of 8 match, who watched it, have remembered. Ryan's here, and Norm isn't, and that is high.
I don't know if it was so much trash talk. I mean, it was a full-blown heated argument.
6-10.
And see, the one thing about the way Ryan Shafer's playing the lanes is when he does make a mistake, which this time it was too far left of target, at least he leaves himself something to make, the 6-10.
In his 37th career television appearance, first of the season, Shafer going for his 5th career title today in Hammond, and we are headed to the Keystone State Championship next week as the coverage of the Denny's PBA Tour rolls on. $232,000 in prize money. Championship, a chance for an exemption depending on who is in that TV show, the Final Four. The Denny's PBA Tour on ESPN Sunday at 1 Eastern. For more, log on to ESPN.com. As we head to the Eastern time zone after plenty of time here in the Central and the Mountain. Better adjustment for Angelo, certainly, who's overcome a very serious rib and back injury we'll tell you about.
Yeah, that's a real good shot here. And you can see Brad, known primarily for a guy that likes to get in and soft hook it and get his hand around the side. You can see the hard work he's put in and trying to become more versatile. And that shot there was perfect. I mean, he kept his hand behind it, kept the ball on line, hit his target, and the ball performed or behaved correctly.
Randy, in late August at a clinic, an exhibition in Michigan, was setting up a trick shot, had 1 foot on the gutter cap, about 45 feet down lane, slipped, tore cartilage in his rib cage. Oh, is that ever high? Another split for Brad Angelo. That has led to some back problems. He struggled physically, just getting back to being healthy now.
Well, remember the last time he bowled on the left lane, he got 5. This time he got 6. Unfortunately, one was a super washout, and this one's a big, ugly split.
You asked him about what he saw in that first match between Weber and Jones, and look out, just a 7-pin count for the 2003 PBA Rookie of the Year. He just moved into a brand new house with his wife, Michelle. Qualified 11th, got by Jason Couch, who knocked him out of the prior tournament in the round of 16. That match against Couch, who won last week in Vernon Hills, was 4-game sweep in the round of 8 this week. Shafer a little high.
Little trip 4.
They'll take late help on number 4 very gladly.
That's a shame when that happens.
Bowler's best friend right here. Trip 4. I used to leave those. All right, I'm sorry. I used to trip those 4s out.
See this shot from our crew from behind Ryan there. He's got the insulin pump. About 4 or 5 times a day will send steady stream of insulin into his system. But as he mentioned, emotions have to be kept in check, otherwise he can really get thrown off. So we're not seeing the hooping and hollering we've seen from Ryan in the past on TV when he's won his titles. He's keeping things on an even keel, and it's working for him.
Yeah, you know, he gets that adrenaline rush, and it messes with his blood sugar, and it takes him a little bit longer to kind of come back down from that. So the best thing for him to do is just kind of bowl boring.
Which is working just fine with a 50-pin lead. His doctor convinced him to go to that pump at the end of July. He had been trying for a few years to get Ryan to use it.
He's got that lane. Now what does he do on the left lane?
Wow. 50% of his TV matches have been a major struggle for Brad Angelo. He's down by 50 pins in the max numbers. All Ryan Shafer right now. Angelo trying to rebound from that injury. He and his family moved to a new house Labor Day weekend. He couldn't move a box. He was in that much pain. Tried to slide some boxes with his feet. That's all he could do. Trying to rebound. And he got a big break on number 7 there. He is in a huge hole head-to-head with Ryan Shafer to see who has the right to take on Pete Weber in the final from Hammond. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. And by Motel 6, the official lodging partner of the PBA. For the lowest price of any national chain, go to motel6.com. Pete Weber not only back, he is through to the final. He'll take on the winner of this one, Ryan Shafer, head-to-head with Brad Angelo. A chance for a turkey and a 50-pin lead coming up for Shafer. To compete on the PBA Tour, a bowler needs to be extremely versatile. Randy demonstrates a couple of different styles in this week's Dexter approach.
Versatility is the name of the game on the Denny's PBA Tour. That's why you see guys like Tommy Jones and Norm Duke on the telecast week in and week out. These guys are able to hook the ball when they want and go straight when they want. And I'm here today to show you just how they go about doing this. To throw the ball straighter and faster, what these guys do is they move back on the approach. Their starting position is a little bit higher. But the trick is to get the ball out in front of you as quick and as early as possible. That gets the feet moving. Now, in order to throw the ball slower and hook it more, what we've got to do is bring our ball speed down. And the way we do that is we move up on the approach. When we move up on the approach, our starting position is now going to change. We're not going to hold it up here. We're going to hold it nice and low. Also, the pace that we move the ball out in front of us is going to get much slower, and it's going to happen much later. This will give us the opportunity to really hook it at the bottom of the swing. So there you have it. If you want to be a star on the PBA Tour these days, you better be versatile.
This week's Dexter approach, partner, pretty good at that.
Well, you know, Dave, back in the day.
Was that the first take?
Back in the day.
Really?
Actually, it was 2 takes.
Okay. Oh, it's been a struggle. We've not seen 3 straight strikes all day Chance for a turkey here and a huge lead for Shafer. 50 pins if he converts. And he does. Sunday night, the NFL's triple threat LaDainian Tomlinson leads the high-scoring Chargers, looking to keep pace in the AFC West race as they host Randy Moss and the Oakland Raiders. Sunday Night Football on ESPN coverage begins 7:30 Eastern NFL primetime, presented by Miller Lite. How about LaDainian Tomlinson? 9 games in his career against the Raiders, 1,129 yards, 9 touchdowns for a 2-time Pro Bowler.
How'd you like to run after him for a living?
I wouldn't. He may be the best in the game right now.
That'd be a lot of fun. I think he's the best running back in football.
Chargers going for a 5th straight win, and another strike possibly for Shafer. He's got a 2-pin.
Even though Ryan Shafer is playing in, he's not bellying the ball, meaning he's not going as far right with it like we saw Tommy Jones and Pete Weber do. Still trying to hook it, but he's keeping his lines a lot tighter. Therefore, when he does miss, he leaves himself stuff he can make. Remember that same kind of hit for Tommy Jones. He left the 2-8-10. Ryan Shafer, only the 2-pin.
Ryan, very busy off season. Bowled in 9 regionals. And then made his first ever trip to Europe with his wife, Michelle. They went to Germany to appear in a tournament there. And on the way back, stopped through Paris. His wife speaks French, as it turns out. They had a great trip there. First ever to Paris. As we see other finishers, bottom of your screen, round of 32 on. Great Amuleto Monticelli, Hall of Famer. Markable III made our show last week. Mike Scruggs, winner at the Masters. Angelo has his look, but it may be too late.
Well, you know, again, when the lanes are goofy and tough, anything can happen. I think for Brad to win this, though, he's got to stay perfect, 8th, 9th, and 10th. We'll give him 228. Ryan Shafer right now going at a 227 pace, and when I say pace, that means strike spare the rest of the game.
Max numbers. Four-bagger. Adjustments, anticipation with the oil pattern breaking down, Randy. That's what it's all about at this level. Now Brad is dialed in.
Blue is the first frame. Red is the 6th frame. This is the ball that came up just a little bit light. He just then made a little bit of a move. He moved just a pinch further left and got the ball to go high flush.
Oh, he almost had the messenger across the deck take out number 10. And he almost had a 7-10 for a second, it looked like. And Shafer tries to stay clean.
This just looks like the Chris Barnes flying eagle going on right here. Unfortunately, goes in front of the 10-pin. Ryan Shafer is 1 double away from locking this matchup.
This is a different Ryan Shafer. Didn't like it.
He ran into the side of the ball return. He ran into the gecko.
As bowlers make their moves, see how far left he is to start. On the 2 board there, he's way over. Sometimes you glance against that return.
Whoa!
Make me swear.
Ryan has his mark. From Elmira, New York, 20th year on the tour. Also a PBA Rookie of the Year. All 4 bowlers on our show took home that honor. His was back in '87. Haven't seen him on TV since Atlanta of last year. That's way high. He avoids disaster with a split. Still has 3-6 to deal with.
When you hear a bowler yell push after he lets go of it, it's because the ball's left of target and he wants it to hold its line to give itself a chance to hit the 1-3 pocket, and that one, no chance, especially on this pattern.
breaks his multi-pin spare conversion numbers. That last TV show for Shafer, Atlanta, head-to-head with Walter A. Williams Jr., who converted the Big Four. First time ever on TV. That was a memorable moment, certainly. There's Nick Melnikoff, owner of BowlersParadise.com. Great to see Nick out again on tour. Rick Lawrence won the event last year. Brad Angelo made that show.
Well, that wasn't that bad a shot. Just a pinch left. Of course, he doesn't get the nice break and trip in the 4, and now he's in big trouble. If he would have struck out there, he would have forced Ryan Shafer to double in the 10th frame. Now he needs to convert here and strike out in the 10th frame and then hope for some luck. Or some bad luck, I should say, for Ryan Shafer in the 10th frame.
Brad Angelo spoke with his wife, Michelle, last night on the phone from Lockport near Buffalo, their new house. And she said, don't be nervous, just another day of bowling. Just happens to be on TV. Yet still, it looks like the streak will continue without a victory for Brad.
You know what? You got to give him credit. I mean, he went with his instinct, and that was to go straighter. He didn't find it until halfway through the game. Again, the lanes being as tough as they are, you know, he felt that gave him the best chance to win. But at least he committed to it.
All but over now for Ryan Shafer. All he's got to do is keep it on the lane when he is back up, and he will advance to the final to take on Pete Weber. Brad Angelo spoke with his young son.
Balls in the final. 2 storm balls.
Dylan on the phone the other night from Buffalo area. And Dylan said, well, Dad, we watched you online in the round of 8 victory over Couch. Did you win the trophy yet? Brad said, not quite, son. Almost.
Sorry, Dylan. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, he was apologizing to his young son. And Dylan said, Dad, will you win the trophy for me? And he said, I'll try. And he did try. And there was the apology there to his son Dylan back home, who's 4 years old. Just 2 needed now for Shafer. And he will take on PDW in the final.
Good spot to leave the 4-9. When I went down to interview the players, as you see, our winner, who will bowl Pete Weber for the title, Ryan Shafer came up to me and said, Randy, one of the reasons why I'm bowling so much better is because I started looking much closer on the lane. Instead of looking down at the arrows, I started to look at about 10 feet.
Pete Weber waits in the wings. The Hall of Famer goes for a win against Shafer next. Here in Hammond, it'll be Shafer and Weber in the final. We can't wait for that one. Special thanks to Bruce Barton, proprietor at Stardust Bowl 1, for his great help all week. Leading us to the Motel 6 $600,000 Reasons to Bowl sweepstakes. The winner was Alan Laws. What would he do?
I don't want to.
Dollar.
Yeah, you're right.
So Alan Laws had his chance bowling at a 300 ball at Strike 10 Center in Conroe, Texas, needing 6 straight strikes to earn $600,000. Courtesy of Motel 6 with his family watching. Couldn't convert the first, but could still win $6,000 with the other strikes. However, leaves 2 pins. He did take home $600. Had a great time competing here at Hammond, Indiana. Mr. Laws and his family really enjoying their weekend here near Chicago and Hammond, Indiana. What a great experience for him. Sunday night, NFL's triple threat. LaDainian Tomlinson leads the high-scoring Lightning Bolts. The Chargers against the Raiders. AFC West matchup. Chargers in second place behind first place Denver with that 9-2 record. The Raiders 4-7 in last place in the AFC West as things stand. That's all coming up. In addition to our final, can Pete Weber win for the first time since 2004 at the U.S. Open? We'll find out next. Weber already got by Tommy Jones in the first semifinal. Then for the 7th time in 13 TV appearances, Brad Angelo under 200. He lost to Ryan Shafer 210 to 196. So Pete and Ryan head-to-head for the championship. Leading us to our Geico Championship recap.
Thanks, Dave. In semifinal number 1, Pete Weber defeated Tommy Jones by the score of 207-167. Pete Weber putting an end to Tommy Jones' reign on television. In semifinal number 2, Ryan Shafer defeated Brad Angelo by the score of 210-196. Brad never got on target. Ryan Shafer doing what he needed to do to steal a victory.
He is 4th on the all-time list in PBA Tour titles. Earl Anthony's 41. Elsewhere, Williams Jr. has 40. Mark Roth, 34. And then it's Pete, 31. Great start for the Hall of Famer.
This is a pro Weber crowd, Dave.
It is all Pete in this house right now. No question.
That's right. I'll tell you one thing about Ryan Shafer. A lot of people don't know. He's got a great sense of humor, funny guy, and this guy is tough as nails. Nothing bothers this kid.
He's kept his emotions in check because of the insulin pump we told you about. Where is that? On his back. Not a great first ball for Shafer, who is 1-2 lifetime, 216 average in 3 matches on TV against Pete.
Changes balls, goes to a less aggressive bowling ball, something that will go much straighter. It's a good tip for the folks at home. When the lanes are weird and goofy, go to a ball that doesn't hook and throw it straight.
Look out, he chopped it. And the 5-pin stands open frame early for Shafer.
All right, well, changing balls is a good tip. This isn't. Chops the 2-pin straight back. Open frame early.
On that lane, see how far left he was. And a big hook, and it pays off.
And the farther left you move, the further right you have to throw it, but you also have to have some hand rotation or revolutions to get the ball back. And he did on that shot.
All 10 down in the pit for Shafer. Rebounds from the open. Oh, is that off the mark? Never reacted at the back end of this 37-foot oil pattern. What happened, Randy?
Whoops. Good question. Pete thought this was pretty good off his hand, and this ball never hooks. I mean, never hooks. That hit the 3-pin right in the face, and Pete gave it a stare like, are you kidding?
Wow. 1, 2, 4, 8. Look out. Does cover nicely. Boy, that ball hooked at the last second. And he covers. It was not, Pete. You're right, but he's got all 4.
And he thinks this ball is going to hook to the left side of the head pin, and it barely catches a piece of the head pin.
Okay, shake it off now.
It'll be interesting to see what happens the next time Pete's on the right lane.
Pete has plenty of TV experience, obviously. 3rd all-time behind Walter Ray and Earl Anthony. 110. Times on TV for Pete. 10-pin.
That ball pushed just a little too late or a little too long down the lane and came in a little late, and that's why he left the sort of a semi-weak 10. He's got to try to figure out a way to get his ball to pick up another 5 feet sooner before it starts to go this way.
An incredible story for Pete and his family. Overcoming the loss on Valentine's Day of last year. His father, the legendary Dick Weber, the Hall of Famer. Only father-son Hall of Fame duo in history. There's Tracy behind him, his wife, who's been such a wonderful companion, so supportive, yet tough when she needs to be as well with Pete. Sometimes that's what it takes, he told us. He's welcomed it. Can he recover from his tough year and win the day? Look out, Brooklyn strike. crosses over the head pin. Little dance there.
Yeah, the river dance. And now the lanes are just getting ugly. I mean, he's moving in. He's trying to get the ball to get up to the pocket. And this ball goes Brooklyn. Nice break for a double. And how about a little river dance to celebrate?
Or was that a German Oktoberfest thing you might have learned over in Deutschland? I don't know. That was strange. Stick to bowling, Ryan.
That was really funny.
Even match chance for a 10-pin lead with a turkey. Fourth frame. No double wood instead. Wow. 2-8. Head to PBA.com to buy for the PBA fan on your holiday shopping list. Officially licensed PBA apparel and merchandise, including hats, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and jerseys. All available online at PBA.com. And between now and the end of the year, the PBA offering free shipping on orders of $50 or more. Check it out at PBA.com. Bookmark it today.
When lanes get really goofy, this is no gimme right here. See that?
Look out, a chop again, and an 8-pin stands and open. Wow. This is a battle of two great bowlers who are going head-to-head with difficult oil conditions. Which one rises to the occasion and takes home the title? We find out next. 4, Orange County near Disneyland, that arena final U.S. Open. Last time Pete Weber won a tournament. 666 days between TV appearances. The great Pete Weber.
Ball change for Petey. Much more aggressive bowling ball. Nice shot. All right. Nice shot. So you know what? He misses the head pin on the right lane. Shoots the spare, almost misses the head pin again. Says, you know what? Lanes are changing again. Better make an adjustment. Goes to a stronger, more aggressive bowling ball. And the good news is it hits the pocket. And with a spare here, he's still clean.
10-pin, and thanks to that open on the fourth, in addition to the first frame, trouble for Shafer, leading us to the Ace Hardware matchup, our final from Hammond.
Pete Weber, a little bit higher average. Lane's getting really goofy. Spare conversion goes to Ryan Shafer, but not apparent in this match. He's already missed 2 spares. Two different balls for Pete Weber.
And a 9-pin. Lucky to avoid a split there for Pete.
Come on now. Now this ball is real skid flippy. Watch how hard it goes left once it gets down the lane. Almost causing Pete to leave the 4-7-9. And leaves a 9-pin. Another spare here. He's clean through 5.
So much guessing, anticipation going on with the bowlers here as the oil breaks down. How would you handle it?
I don't know, Dave. I mean, good shot, Pete. You know, when Ryan Shafer moves further left on the lane and he goes Brooklyn, that's a really bad sign. I like to go straight. I would probably move right and try to find something where Brad Angelo was playing. Even though he didn't win the match, Brad's shot didn't look too bad the last 5 or 6 frames. Could be an option.
Ball change again for Shafer.
Get up. Come on.
It's way off the mark and somehow almost got the break to get that 10 late and knock down all 10 into the pin.
Not only are the guys struggling to get the ball to the pocket, but when they do get to the pocket, their balls aren't striking. And that tells me that it's just not getting or entering the 1-3 the right way.
Single pin numbers.
Did you get one? All right, I got one.
We'll show you where Pete and Ryan Shafer are playing this lane pattern. This lane pattern is turned into a real ugly mess. You can see that they're both pretty much right on top of each other. Inside 4th arrow going out to about 7th board. But what Ryan Shafer has now done is he has actually moved right, and he's trying to play more in that area there.
We'll see if the adjustments pay off. 6th frame.
Hold it.
Close, but not quite, Ryan.
Well, it's a lot better than what he had. This is the same part of the lane that Brad Angelo was trying to play. least he can make an adjustment off of that, cover the spare. Shouldn't have any troubles making the 4-pin.
Randy Ryan told us last night he actually wished it was the first match of the show because of the way he knew the oil would break down. How would that have helped him?
Well, it would have just given him one more game. But, you know, quite honestly, I'm not sure that would have been a help because of the way the lanes have broken down. I mean, they've gotten to be so ugly. You just have to keep an open mind and keep all your options available.
Tracy watching.
Look out.
Look out is Ryan Brooklyn strike.
He says, that's one Brooklyn for me. Ryan, you had one. I get one.
What a day on the lanes we've had.
Oh, I can get one too.
Yeah, one for you. Tracy, a great bowler in her own right. She knows the score. You don't have to add it up for her. Professional bowlers never like to have Brooklyns thrown at them.
23-pin lead.
Bingo.
That's a break.
He is fired up. Ryan told us because of the insulin pump, he can't get that fired. Throw off his game entirely. You know he's feeling it.
Look out. Wow.
Going right at the head pin. That's a break.
Got a little bit of trouble with the approach. Normally when that happens, you don't get quite the hand you're looking for. Watch this. A little slip right there, but at least he was able to direct it on the intended line and got just enough of the ball to make it turn the corner.
Randy, I'm amazed. These bowlers are making big adjustments here.
They did it all week long. I mean, it was that kind of pattern, and I think the PBA kind of prides himself with this Viper pattern is a multiple angle pattern. Basically,
we've seen a lot of angles
basically
to
just,
the pocket.
Just pick your poison.
Right now, Shafer's going right at it.
Great shot, great adjustment. Takes a lot of guts to, well, a lot of guts and maybe not a whole lot of brains to make about a 20-board move, and that's what he's done. But you know what? Ryan didn't have anything where he was. He had nothing to lose by moving there. He had thrown some shots in there in practice, so it wasn't like he was clueless when he made that move. Now it's just a matter of dialing it in, and it looks like he has.
Beat for the turkey.
And I got to be honest with you, right now, even though Ryan Shafer's trailing in this match, he has the better ball reaction. You can see that Petey got this one a little bit further to the right, and it just doesn't get back to the pocket. There's a hang spot down the lane if you throw it right. If you get it in, there's a hook spot and it goes left. It's what we like to call a reverse block. Dry in the middle, tight to the outside.
2-8 double wood for Weber.
Look out.
Chopped it.
Saw Ryan Shafer do the exact same thing.
Ryan opened in the first in 4 frames, and now Weber sees the lead shrink to 1.
Pretty bad shot there, Pete.
Petey's actually down by 1.
Right, down 1, excuse me.
And Ryan Shafer working on a double. Ryan Shafer has hit the pocket the last 3 shots.
Disastrous open frame for Pete in the 8th. Foundation frame, 9th. Needs a rally.
Well, this is Petey's good lane. Petey's good lane, the left lane. The only problem is Ryan Shafer was the higher seated player. He got choice of what lane he wanted to finish on. Guess what? Ryan Shafer's going to finish on the left lane. Pete is going to have to finish on the right lane.
Max numbers. Shafer 1-pin lead. Turkey ball here. Foundation frame for him.
Trust your move and let it go.
Can go up 11.
Hold it!
Oh my! It didn't hold. Incredible 4-7-10 split.
Threw that one pretty good.
Just a little bit inside. It doesn't take a lot. And right there, Ryan Shafer pays the price. But you know what? He's still in this match. He needs to convert the 4-7-10.
How does he do it, Randy?
Get the ball to the left side of the 4-pin, man. Make your best shot of your career right here and give yourself a chance to win this tournament.
Wow. Yikes. Just an 8-pin total. And open so late in the match now for Shafer. And Pete sees the door wide open.
Yeah, and as crazy as things are, Ryan Shafer needs to strike out in the 10th frame. If he does, he will force Pete Weber to mark in the 10th on Pete's bad lane.
But first, Shafer's got to strike out.
Great shot.
Flush strike for Ryan Shafer, and Pete, who is taking the advice of his wife, Tracy, not to watch his opponent. He tries to stay focused. He's been through so much turmoil in his life. The worst year of his life, he said. Passing of several relatives, including his legendary father, Dick.
And if Ryan Shafer does not strike on this ball, Pete Weber will just need good count in the 10th frame to win.
Does get it.
Great shot. That forces Pete Weber to have to mark in the 10th frame.
He watched there, didn't he? Went against Tracy's advice.
You see what Pete's thinking about there. He's not thinking about having to throw a strike. He's not thinking about the money. He's not thinking about anything other than getting up there and making the shot. Go! It's enough.
Touch high.
Remember, Pete opened the last time he was up on the right lane, Dave Ryan. The time before that, he went Brooklyn. Pete is going to have to draw on all of his skills and all of his knowledge to make the right adjustment and the perfect shot right here. And remember, all he needs is a mark.
Calls for the re-rack. Wisely so. The veteran has to take his time. Wants to think this through. All the way back. February of 2004. Been that long since we've seen him on TV.
Wow. What a great shot. All he needs is to make
10-pin.
this. He needs to make this.
He's closing in. Just 4 to win for PDW.
Are you going to move the pin, or are you going to move the pin, Kirk?
He has done it for his father, Dick. You saw Tracy pointing up above in memory of the great Dick Weber.
Don't let these people bother you. You're a great bowler, great champion. You always will be. So.
Thanks, buddy.
Classy words of congratulations to Shafer for a great week. But the moment belongs to the great Pete Weber. With that shot, he needed 4. He got all he needed. For the 32nd time, he's a PBA Tour champion. Classic on ESPN is brought to you by BowlersParadise.com, the official online retailer of the Professional Bowlers Association. Log on today and win a free ball. By Denny's, we're cooking now. By Dexter, where you can play with the pros. Enter to win at DexterShoe.com. And by Ace, the official hardware store of the PBA. Ace, the helpful place. He is a winner again of the PBA Tour, 189-186 over Ryan Shafer. He is 4th all-time PBA Tour history with 32 wins. In the winner's circle again, he's PDW, and he's joined by Randy with Tracy.
Thanks, Dave. Pete, it's been a long time. I know how much you've gone through over this summer. Tell us what you're feeling in your heart right now.
Pure enjoyment, pure enjoyment. I'm enjoying this just as much as I think Dad is up there, so I know he was watching out for me. Thanks, Dad. I appreciate it. And it's just great to win again. You know, it's been a long time, and everything that's happened in the last year to the Weber family, it's maybe been put behind us now, and we're ready to step forward.
Petey, big struggles on the TV pair today, especially the right lane. And you had to finish on the right lane, knowing that you needed a mark. The shot before that, you Brooklyned. What was going through your mind when you stepped up in the 10th frame, knowing that you needed a mark?
I was nervous as could be, Randy. I was just sitting there shaking, just thinking, let it off your hand. Let it get off your hand. Don't grab it. And it came off my hand pretty good, and I threw a pretty good shot. Fortunately, I didn't strike it, but I did make the spare and kept it on the lane and behind the foul line to win. And like I said, it's an honor and a privilege. And hats off to Ryan Shafer. I mean, he put up with a lot today, and he's still a great champion and always will be.
Tracy, how hard was it for you sitting back there watching this unfold?
Oh, that was incredible. I had my son back there squeezing his hand and just let me chirp in his ear, and that was good. That was a crazy day, but worked out perfect.
Petey, was that the toughest 10-pin you've ever made in your career?
I think it was, Randy, and the way I started shooting spares this year, I wasn't sure if it was going to be made, but I made it, so I'm just happy about that.
Tracy, Pete, congratulations on a great win. Dave, back to you.
Congratulations go to Pete Weber. He raises the trophy again here in Hammond, Indiana. One of the great all-time bowlers, one more time on the winner's circle. For the entire crew, my partner Randy Peterson, it's Dave Ryan saying so long. Be sure to join us again next Sunday at 1 Eastern here on ESPN from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It's been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Coming up next here on ESPN, stay with us, the V Foundation Celebrity Golf Classic. What a moment for the Hall of Famer, the legend, PDW.